Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Stella Kimani here, and as always we discuss small businesses, personal finance, investing and marketing. In our today's video we'll be discussing what successful entrepreneurs have in common. What do you need to emulate from those who have been before us, those who have succeeded in the past? What is it that they all have in common that has led to their success? Okay, yeah. And number one, top on the list is discipline. Every successful entrepreneur in whatever field, in whatever industry, you'll find them very disciplined. By discipline we mean they show up every day, they show up every other time, they show up when they are called for, they have a routine to dedicate time, resources, effort to their startup, to their business. Okay, no matter the level they are in their businesses, no matter how much they have succeeded in their whatever industry, you'll find them showing up every other day or in whatever way, virtually, in person, or whatever. They cultivate discipline from a very young age of their business, even as they are starting out. And this is what forms the company culture, the business culture. You find that they are showing up every other moment. They have the standards that they have set for themselves in terms of performance, in terms of activity, efforts, resources, showing up every moment. They are disciplined. They don't wait to show up when they are in the mood. They don't need motivation. They don't need to be pushed. Okay, but you find them showing up every moment when they are called for, in making decisions. They are very disciplined. Okay, yeah. So if you want to be successful also, you can emulate that. You need to be disciplined right from the word go. The moment you begin your business, cultivate disciplined. Okay, number two, that is a very common aspect in most of the successful entrepreneurs. You'll find that they have a teachable mentality. They have a learner attitude where they agree that you cannot be knowledgeable in all areas that pertains business. Okay, you can find that you are good in accounting, you are not good in marketing. You are good in product development, you are not good in marketing. You need to fill up those gaps by knowledge, skill up. You need to learn. Even in your small business, you'll find that you fall short in some areas. That's why it's very critical to carry out a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is an analysis where you identify the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that pertain your business. Okay, so by weaknesses, what they do to fill up the gaps for them, for those weaknesses, is that they hire experts. They could hire experts that could train them, teach them. They could also go back to class. Some have even gone back to class, especially to study accounting. Accounting is so critical when it comes to running a small business, because how do you it's a game. Business is a game of numbers. How do you interpret the sales when your business grows? How do you get in venture capitalists, source for extra funds to as capital? How do you bring others? How do you manage your sales, expand your business? All that takes a lot of skills. So if let's say you are poor in accounting, you need to get those skills. If you can't, outsource. Okay, get those skills maybe from hiring expert, hiring professionals. Okay, so you say you skill up either by hiring consultants or scaling up, learning. Be open-minded. Most successful entrepreneurs, they have that teachable attitude. They are learners. Okay, they learn every day. You find that the areas that you are not good at, you are willing to learn. You're not so full of yourself that you are, imagine because you are the owner, now there's nothing anyone can tell you. No, every day is a learning opportunity. So if you have that teachable mentality, you'll progress faster, because definitely there are some areas that you're not good in, but if you're willing to learn, then you're good to go. Okay, number three, most successful entrepreneurs are very clear on what they want. They are focused. They have a very clear path of what they want to achieve in a few years' time, in a given duration, a very specific duration of time. Let's say in 5 years, they create a strategic goal and stick to it. You have to have a razor blade like kind of focus. You are very strict, you're very strict on yourself in terms of goals attainment. You're focused on what you want to achieve in particular time. You're focused in measuring the resources necessary to enable you achieve those goals. You know, you are very clear on your target market. You have niched down to what you want. Clarity of purpose, clarity of goals, clarity of your target market. Successful entrepreneurs know what they want, know where to get whatever they want, pursue what they want, and dedicate all their efforts, resources, time, and everything to what they want. You are not all over. As a small business, you cannot afford. It's okay to diversify, but not in the meantime. As you're beginning, you need to at least niche down to what is it that you want to achieve within what time, okay? What will it take for you to achieve within a specific time, okay? Yeah, and you have to be very focused on what you want, okay? You cannot afford to be all over. But then again, the next common feature of most successful entrepreneurs is that they are flexible. Okay, let's say you had planned that you are going to follow this path for the next 10, 20 years. But down the line, you find that it's not working. You encounter new opportunities. What do you do as an entrepreneur? You calculate the risk, okay? You have to be flexible enough that you're willing to pivot. Once you've learned that whatever the market needs, you are ready to adjust according to the prevailing market conditions at that time, okay? Let's say, for instance, some businesses were not operating, they had neglected completely online presence, okay? What happened when the pandemic came? Everybody went online. Mobility was hidden. There was no motion. What was happening? Online marketing. What was happening? E-commerce platforms soared, okay? So you have to be willing to be flexible. Pivot. Identify opportunities that will push your business further if you pivot, okay? You cannot afford to be so rigid. You're not calculating the risk of the opportunity. You're not flexible enough. You're not adaptable to the market. You're not looking forward to the industry. You're not adapting to the changing ways. You're not adapting. You're not innovative. You see, you have to be flexible enough to adapt whatever can work, whatever is good for your business, whatever can work well for your business. You have to have a certain extent of adaptability, flexibility, okay? And finally, most successful entrepreneurs throughout the world, they have one major common aspect, and that is they don't give up easily. They will fail, they are willing to fail, but what do they do when they fail? They pick themselves up, okay? So many of these successful entrepreneurs you see all over the world have failed in several ventures before, but they start single one that propelled them to success, okay? So most of them, you'll find that they keep pushing. They are willing to fail. They are willing to dust themselves. They don't dilly-dally too much when they are falling, okay? So as a beginner, as a startup, as a small business owner, one thing for sure is that you have to keep trying. You have to keep working, even when you fail, even when no one is clapping, even when no one is recognizing your efforts, even when you fail time after time after time. You build the resilience. They succeed because they are resilient. They are patient enough. They accept failure. They are willing to adapt. They are willing to learn from their failures and implement new attitudes, upgrade, soldier on without giving up. at any one given time. As long as the risk you're taking is calculated, there's no point in giving up so soon. They don't give up soon on themselves, they don't give up on themselves, they don't give up on their ventures. Okay? And that is why you find most of them succeeded maybe the 8th or the 5th trial. Okay? There are so many versions of their business ventures, how they started to where they are now. During that time frame, if you study those successful entrepreneurs, they have had maybe so many versions of whatever they began, how they began, and how they progressed. Okay? So that one single aspect of soldiering on even after failure is what sets them apart. They are consistent enough, they keep trying, they keep working, they put in the work, they put in the effort, and they are not ashamed of their hustles, they are not ashamed of their failure. Yeah? So try and adapt these mentalities as you begin, as a startup, as a small business. Because for sure, the future of business is never clear. It's never a straight line. At some point, you'll fail. At some point, you'll be challenged. At some point, you'll make it. Okay? But then what do you do when no one is watching? When no one is clapping, when you're not winning, you keep soldiering on. Okay? So adapt these features as you begin, and you'll be better poised to succeed in your venture. Okay, that is it for today. That is it for this video. Kindly remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't. Let's keep telling our friends to subscribe to this channel so that we can keep such content coming. Thank you, and see you next time.